Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this at the top of a very high tree, speaking to the highest elves of Gargamel, dealing with the mechanics that are connected to their spine that we like to call the fragments.
I would argue they're not the highest elves in Gargamel. That's got to be the druids.
The druid is with us. He is the highest elf. He is truly
Yeah,
the highest elf.
there's levels of high. There's like hierarchy, and then there is levels of being high. And yeah, probably Towel is there. It's a D&D 5e campaign that I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Yeah, and that's what happened last time. You were led into you had been in a meeting room. You'd had an experiment by hacking into the tree to see if there were crystal fragments remaining in its sap. You had got into a meeting with Vitris, the elf, who is in a machine powered by, it seems, some of the pink crystal, a shard of it.
Yes. Which was a shock to her as much as to anybody else, because apparently the inventor, the crazy architect of this world's technology, was experimenting with things it did not understand.
Or did not know the true power of.
Yeah.
Its malign nature. Or maybe you did. We'll find out, maybe.
Well, this is why we're off to Gargamel. No, Decatha.
Decatha.
Yep.
That's the one.
To find out, see if we can find his tower.
Yeah.
Assuming they'll let us out, because, you know, we did kind of ruin their plans.
We didn't. We let them know what's going on.
That may have ruined somebody's plan.
Well, I'm pretty sure it ruined Hellron and Japal's plans, but you know, he was a dick and he's a dead archmage now, so you know.
Also, like the hero of their people, so and we didn't actually give him the greatest of send off when he actually dragged his corpse out of the bag of holding like it was some sort of beef jerky.
Want him?
Sorry?
Hey, do they actually want this Hellron guy back?
I thought they took him back. No,
I don't think you've taken him out of the bag yet.
Oh, they did.
Well, I've like shown him a couple of times, but I don't think I've still got it on my sheet.
Yeah, but not in this space. I think you've shown them to the guard elves.
Yeah.
But do they actually want this dead elf?
I think they were more like the reaction you got was a kind of combination of shock and horror that you're just storing an elf in the bag.
A dead elf.
A dead elf in a bag.
Dead hero in a bag.
Which I thought was bad, but then you wait and see what Out of the Cold are doing. It's well,
I love Out of the Cold.
So what you just said is you just set as a challenge.
No, that was not a challenge set. That was not.
That sounded like a challenge, didn't it?
Oh yeah. I'd go with that.
That sounded.
These were not guidelines to aspire to, Bean.
That sounded like a challenge.
Yeah.
Is this who can reach war crimes faster?
Yeah.
Oh, we could beat them cold. We could totally beat them cold. We have the raw power, the skills, and the tenacity to really, you know,
I truly believe
the term war crime.
And also, the most level-headed one in our party is also the DM.
Yeah. Good old Charles Irwin.
But sadly, Ijara, for all her drinking, is probably the most level-headed. I know, Arden's the most level-headed.
Yeah, I was like, mate, you're looking at your ass. Are you saying that?
Yeah, I was just thinking, no, it's definitely Arden.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where you find yourself. You're in a meeting room, and Owen had basically sweated out the entire of his body moisture as Killian gently mopped his brow as he opened up the back of this divined archaic mechanical device apparently given to Vitris long ago, and it is you have discovered that inside. Sorry,
these taste funny.
They do taste funny.
Definitely a chemical taste.
What would you like to do, folks?
What does she want to do? Now she knows that her wheelchair that powers and does the teleport around is actually powered by just basically a being from another dimension. No, a very small shard of
Yeah.
it.
I mean, they are a learned
I mean,
folk.
I'm happy to put it back together again. Not happy actually. I'm happy to put it back together again.
Inverted
Thought
commas
we
is happy.
ascertained that it, in its current battery form, it was relatively safe.
Sorry, could you say that again?
I believe that there was various roles and things that decided that the battery form of this pink crystal was relatively safe.
It seems to be the containment of
Yeah.
it
Hmm.
that makes it
Well, still
literally just that, contained, not inert. It doesn't stop its energy, but it is
channeled and rooted.
directed and then channeled. It's like the inside of a battery. I mean, the inside of a battery is acid, or like or a strong alkali, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Differential. It's now called acid. It's moving on. Science.
Yeah. So it's chemical. It's bad if it is outside.
Yeah.
This is the same. Once
So
contained.
there's big writing on it that says "Do not consume." Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably should
Do
be.
not link.
Do not taste this battery.
But Killian, you could probably link both terminals at the same time because then you haven't forked up.
I think it's a tail on one end.
Does that mean
I
then
would pay good money to see that.
Yeah, like your nostrils flare like pink like that. Boop, boop,
yeah,
boop.
like headlights. They're like the hazards.
Yeah, but it does mean you can only move in reverse. Boop, boop, boop.
So Vitris, you've obviously been to what's his name in DeCartha's place because he made you your seat.
A Blint Froxert.
That does not
Bed,
not
Toby.
sound like the name I was heading for.
You heading for a name? Cool.
Yeah, the guy whose tower it was.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Sorry?
it myself.
The guys who the artificer, the crystal guy.
Yeah, Blint Froxert.
I didn't think it was that. That does not ring much of a bell.
Okay.
Might be wrong. Oh no, it is Blint Froxer. Yeah, you're right.
I hope so. He's the gym.
To be honest, it is also Pete. So
Yeah.
I'd also be happy to admit that I was wrong and I just like went random name generator and forgot to write it down, right?
Well, me and my other games. Yes, I've done that before.
You've done that a few times, Sean. Your characters literally have just changed names, and I'm like, go back, change out his name.
Sad but true. You know how it is. I create a random NPC just to fill in some space because these guys decide to do something random.
They're like, I need to go and buy a lighter.
And they
I'm
decide
gonna go
that's a major NPC that I'm going to constantly reference. No idea what
I need to go and buy a lighter. Okay, you walk into the shop. What's the shopkeeper's name? Gerald Phillips. Gerald Phillips, right. And then, can we go back and see Gerald Phillips? What?
Who?
Gerald Phillips, the guy that sold me a lighter that we had a half an hour conversation with about the oh yeah, of course you can. So so that was your target destination originally, actually, when you were being
Yes,
teleported.
when we got zipped to the wrong city and then someone ate a worm and we then got on a worm and have been all over the place.
It's definitely been a thing that's happened.
So, do you know where Blint Froxert's tower is in DeCartha? Because as I understand it, DeCartha's a pretty nasty place with lots of undead things.
Where he is.
I have a map that I could give you. It is old. It is very old.
Well, like his tower disappeared 200 years ago, so if it's about that age, it's probably accurate.
I imagine it might just be. It's been some time. The years pass strangely for the elves, as you may know.
No.
We live a lot longer, and years don't really come of consequence to us.
Did you want to bury your elf, by the way?
Sorry?
Helron.
It's my understanding that you defeated them.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to bury him?
Apparently he was a hero of your people. We got that in sense from the guards.
His name was of great note among our people, yes, of all of Gargamel. His name was lauded, but this new knowledge...
Shouldn't detract from the things he's done in the past.
Well, if you've got any questions, like who he's working with and stuff, Charlie can have a chat because we've got his body.
You have his body.
Yeah.
I'll reach into the bag and pull out a torso.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm only very small. I'm trying to be much smaller.
yeah. At this point, she says, "It is almost strange to go weak at the knees when one is already in a wheelchair." But it was the same feeling. Please allow me to call some guards. And she reaches down and she presses a little button, and some elves are drawn in. And please bring a litter and sheets. Yes.
Was that a chair powered?
Did you not put the crystal back?
No.
Oh,
She
sorry.
told me
then she
to do
doesn't
so.
I thought you did. I thought she did. So, sorry.
Oh, okay. She has, then, and
No.
I have managed to do it without killing myself. Yay!
No. Okay.
I
no,
honestly thought we had as well, but yeah.
Okay. But my misunderstanding.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
been a month.
My misunderstanding.
I think that you took it out and discovered it was a crystal. They couldn't move the chair, and then you'd clonked it back into place. But it's up to you, John. You tell us. Would you like to still have it?
No. I asked her if she wanted it back. She says she wants it back. I will put it back.
This is
Carefully,
yeah.
like disarming a bomb levels carefully. But yes.
Yeah. I would very much miss, but the use of my mobility, she says. However, with the knowledge of what my chair is powered by and what I know of it, what things have been written of this pervading what does word she use? This insidious being, then I would have it not near me.
Bloody love that word.
I shall speak to one of the leaders of Mar Pelothon and see if something else can be arranged.
Mar Pelothon.
Aren't they the rangers or the horses?
Indeed, yeah, they are
Tamers
the
and
rangers,
hunters.
and yeah, they're the rangers. They arrange the beasts of burden, tend to livestock, that sort of thing within the
I
forest.
think we have one on the train.
To be brutally honest, the maker of your chair knew what they were talking about. This Splint clearly knew what he was doing.
Well,
It is all its power. It seems to be contained, rooted, and channeled. Nothing gets out.
He was a very wise individual, a little eccentric, one might say.
Ooh, what did he look like?
A long moustache.
Basically, I would like to compare the description that they're going to give to Killian's mate.
Killian!
Dylan Marcel.
They give a description of an individual. So
I assume it's just more than just a moustache, unless he's a living moustache floating around. I mean, I see it. It's D&D, but a hair elemental.
Short individual of possibly a mixed dwarven or gnomish ancestry.
Okay.
It's indistinguishable, really, but they were bigger than a gnome. like they're more towards a dwarven size. A massive long, we're talking like Dr. Robotnik moustache, with a mass of grey, red going to grey curls around the back, but bald upon at the top of the pate.
Because the one concern I've got is someone from Jakarta is selling these batteries now.
What?
Because Illing got them. Illing literally bought them from Jakarta. That's how we know about them.
Well, that's the point. Jakarta is where everything goes. Everything's for sale in Jakarta.
No, Jakarta is the dead city run by the
You're
undead.
thinking of Drosk.
I am, yes, absolutely. My bad.
Yeah.
I am, and always,
having my
I am
back.
at always times because everything goes to Drosk.
Sorry, all money
Including
goes
apparently
to
my
Drosk.
thoughts. Yeah.
So like either someone's found his tower or he's managed to survive this long, or someone's found his research, or someone found a box of these batteries somewhere.
Well, that would be bad for us. We were hoping for an undisturbed old ancient tower surrounded by ancient evils that we have to defeat. You know, usual stuff.
Yeah.
That would be an ideal situation. However,
We don't deal in ideal situations.
there are many adventurers like yourself. There have
I worked
been
out that.
throughout history those who would dare for a coin, for riches, for glory.
Croissants.
For... He looks at you with you cocking your head and says, respect, redemption, revenge.
Not gonna get it.
I'm just like,
What a curious individual. One of the Norn house.
I turn to Killian and goes, "You're white dragonborn. There's like 5 of you in the world. 4 now."
it's like, I'm sick of hearing it. It's like, you know, and it's like,
Yes.
you know, like when you look like one of your siblings and they're like, are you so and so's little brother or sister? That's how it feels. It's like, get looked.
What does motivate you then? Why are you with?
Croissants.
I see.
It's like, what does motivate you? Croissants.
I turn to her and
That
goes,
all that
"You
drives
see?"
you?
You are?
I turn to her and go, "You see?" Question mark. Massive question mark in the air.
It's like,
Is that all that drives you, Dragonborn?
yes.
They're going to insult you. Are you lying?
Yes.
You
Or
will
are you
find
not
out.
lying?
You will find out.
I'm going to roll crystal dice. Pink crystal
Ooh.
dice.
Right.
Oh,
Ooh.
nasty.
I'm gonna roll
Right,
my
what am I
dice.
rolling?
You're going to roll a deception if you're lying, and a well, no,
Persuasion. Deception if you're lying and persuasion if you're
Yeah.
not. Well, yeah.
I'm not looking.
I'm still lighting up my bleeding character sheet, mate. Don't worry. I had it loaded, and then because I'd locked my phone, it like
Got
took
away
it
again.
down. So I was like, oh. Right. So
Thank you, D&D Beyond.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Deception if you're lying, persuasion if you're not lying.
Okay.
Yay.
So it's a
Mm.
10 on your dice.
Okay. So that would be 13.
Okay, you beat it.
Yeah.
So she's convinced by you
Yeah.
that croissants are the only thing that motivate Killian.
Croissants are life.
Yeah.
I need that on a t-shirt.
Croissants
Croissants are
for
life. Croissants are life. No,
He looks
croissants
to you,
for life,
just-
croissants
The
are.
meaning, the reason for and the meaning of life. Croissants.
I was thinking croissants, not just for breakfast, also for life.
That
Yeah.
also works. Yeah.
croissant is not just for breakfast.
Like, you know, what was it? The dog
Yeah, yeah.
advert where it was
Dog
like
is
a
for
dog's not just for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Croissants aren't just for breakfast. A croissant is for life.
Yeah.
She at
Oh,
that and your
November.
convincing statement and 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 just sheer vehement of conviction, they look at you and say, "Now you are a very interesting yet peculiar individual.
Yes.
You are one of the only people I know that is their sole motivation is pastry."
Have you eaten them?
Yes, but you are a singular individual. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And most people you've met two people.
Can I get an insight on her? 'Cause it's actually a pleasure to meet her. Is it a pleasure to meet Killian?
They genuinely seem pleased to meet someone.
But my concern is now
Look,
that you've said that, it's most of the people that you meet, like 2 people or 3 people, because I'm a singular person, so I'm one person. So it's most people that you meet 2 or 3. This is Killian's brain going now.
I
He's
love
like,
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like, wait,
Singular-
what do you mean by that?
like, what is this witchcraft? Like,
no. You are. I mean, you as a whole are quite a singularly fascinating individual.
do you meet half people then? If I'm a whole person, do you meet half people?
I've met halflings. It's different.
No, they're still whole people.
Yes, no, I've never met a half person.
So how can you say that I'm a whole person then if you've only met whole people and not met half people?
They look at you.
I
They're
look at
trying to
Jackson.
follow your steps of logic.
The thing is, Killian's found someone that's like,
I look at
they
Jackson
met
and go,
weird people.
I've met many people from here, from the plains here, from the outer plane, from many of the different realms, but I've not met one so solely motivated by croissants.
You should probably go to Mordenso and meet Mama Oost and then see what you think.
Well, we've met.
Has she cooked up you croissants?
She was at the beginning of her journey then.
So you haven't met her then?
I met her when she was a lot younger. I remember the name well. Fiery woman. Great passion.
Great cook.
Yes, she was quite exceptional when I met her.
This coffee tastes like absolute shit.
You made the coffee.
I know, I don't like that coffee, I've realised. Well, that's like the 3rd time I've made it and I don't like
Right, let me get that one out of the way. No.
it. Thank you. Eat some good.
She calls some guards a little while later with the robot chair. Some guards have arrived, and they have brought a little stretcher with 2 poles and a sheet of cotton between them, and lay the individual upon them and cover them up, and the Vitreous says, lay him out.
That'll
I
pull
think
out a
she-
naked dead elf. Put him on the
splat.
I'll let her
yeah.
lay him on the thingy.
Yeah.
It's, the thing is, she says lay him out, and I imagine Jackson literally just plunking him, just laying on the bed, and he's all like this, like.
No, lay him out is knock him out, you know.
Picks up his corpse and he goes,
Lay him out.
What was that
He's already
film
dead.
where what was that film where they were like, oh, you know, they had like a chemist or something, and they were gangsters, and they were like, oh, take him outside, and it comes out.
No.
And he goes, where's the chemist? And
Oh
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Food."
That was
And
that was
what?
that-
Why? He said
that
you
was-
said take him out. So I took
that
him
was
out.
that was one with
I think it was 51st State.
Yeah, 51st State. He was. He's
Samuel
51st State.
Jackson.
Samuel Jackson, 51st State. I said, take care of him, not take care of him.
Yeah. And you are able to cover him up, and Vitra says, lay him out and show him the proper dignity that he deserved for his previous works.
Well, do we want to ask him some questions first? Because you might find that like he's been working against you and your people and things. Charlie's quite good at it. You don't give him very many questions, so you might want to think carefully about what we're going to ask.
I'm quite willing to conduct the ceremony. It's not a problem at all.
I look at Charles at that one because he's been reticent, understandably so, about doing this ritual because it's horrifying. Give him the curious eyebrow. Really?
Well, it just might highlight any like pudding people you've got in your like tree.
And you're like,
I can see your apprehension with my approach to this. I've realized that it might be necessary for me to come to terms with some of the powers that I have, but wish I didn't.
I am more worried about Jackson's fetishization about this whole thing. He's learned you could do it once, and he's now every person apparently who drops down the ground is like, I know somebody who can. Somebody realizes where we are. And
Charlie looks at Jackson.
I look at Jackson.
I just thought it might answer some questions and highlight some like possible pudding people.
And I
I
would
don't disagree.
allow it. It would not be a terrible idea. However, I wish it not to be conducted in my offices. Let's take him to a proper place of
a proper
a
place.
proper place.
A proper
A
place.
proper place. A proper
Pick up a penguin.
proper place. A
Ba- ba-
proper
ba- ba- ba-
ceremony.
Even my quest.
You'll need mobile phone ringtone.
No.
Yeah. Please let's.
Done, Toby.
Don't talk to him.
Oh, sorry.
Let's take him to a proper place of ceremony, and
talk
we
to
can
you.
conduct it there. He should be
Okay.
laid out with all of the proper ceremony that one of his stations should have. However, we shall have a writ of his deeds laid out beside, with a great warning upon the dangers of these things, upon the danger that they cause to even the greatest of us.
Mhm.
Does that sound as though it would be fitting to one of his status? Is there anything you would advise otherwise?
That's your people. You understand them better than we do. I'm a goblin. When she's dead, you're dead. The corpse is just a shell, just meat.
Unless you have a chat with it.
I think it works on goblins.
It does. Didn't you do it on there was a mushroom goblin?
I don't think that really counts. I think you're more talking to the mushroom.
You need me to carve out his heart.
Sorry? Sorry, what was that, Master Dragonborn?
Do you need me to cut out his heart?
Oh, no. No, it's fine. That's not our custom here.
Weird.
I'm well aware
I'll
of...
just go back to the corner and what's in there?
You're just like getting crumbs all down your tongue.
Yeah.
You come up with that, covered in crumbs. Can I cut out his heart?
No, I don't do that. You've now upset me a little bit by saying that I can't cut out the elf's heart. So I'm
Well, it's just against you got to respect these other traditions and stuff.
but I kind of wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So where is the place that you want to do this thing if it's not here?
We have several chapels. We can lead you there.
Okay. Let's go.
How trusting are you of your guards?
With my life.
Ooh.
Okay, that's for me.
They've
Just
said
try to
this to
use
me.
people you are familiar with.
Of
And if
course.
you give them a squeeze and they don't have any bony bits, there might be a pudding person.
There's no might be about that. They really are putting people. It's just.
I'm not want to have squeezed my guards.
Oh, that's why we have Jackson. He loves squeezing people.
Yes, quite proficient at it.
I like a thing.
Actually, kind of nice. Like a massage.
He might even have a pip on his sheet saying proficient in squeezing.
He does now.
I don't know. Is there toothpaste in
8
this
points in squeeze? What the hell?
Toothpaste is a rarity.
Okay, what's a thing like a toothpaste? Because that's how Jackson would squeeze him, kind of squeeze and then go like that. You know, like when you're squeezing toothpaste.
I got some answers for you. I don't want to say them. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, 3 things came to my head. I went, no, 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 we're good.
Zucchini.
This is why I'm dreading when we actually meet in person, because me and John will be like in the corner just giggling like children. I needed to get I needed to get something to fiddle with.
Yes.
Are you able to move your legs so I can get
Yeah.
past?
Yeah.
'Cause my-
Yeah. So they are. They begin to lead the way down to one of the things, and they said, "I will be with you shortly. I have a few things to finish up here. I would like to be there for the questioning."
Of course.
Yeah, well, you might have some better questions than we do because, like, you know, like other people and things, and we don't. So you might.
Then give me some time to prepare.
Okay.
We are literally your guest. You have all the time you need. Can I get some? Can you at least though maybe perhaps see to a place to put my head down? I'm kind of tired.
Yes. Would you like to conduct the ceremony in the morning? It will take us some time to get the chapel properly attired for morning.
I'll turn to Charles.
Yeah.
It shall not rest.
How long before we're likely to leave, Decartha then? Are we going to do that tomorrow, or do you have any of your bobs that can send us near Decartha?
Any of our
Bobs. You're like elfie spellcasters.
there is
Oh
power
God,
here.
not another teleportation, please.
There is power that could send.
Jackson, we've booked passage on a worm.
We also may have missed the worm because it may have got bored and left by now.
Well, our ticket should still be valid.
We are like completely the opposite side of the forest to where we parked the worm, and I'm not entirely sure that.
Oh boy. Are you telling me you forgot where you parked the worm?
No, I know exactly where we parked the worm. I'm pretty sure that.
Spin.
What, sorry?
Spin.
Spin and
Gluck. Oh, glunk.
Glunk.
Sorry.
Spin and Glunk will have probably got bored by now and left.
I couldn't remember the guy we were trying to find, but yeah, Spin and Glunk. I remember these guys. They're great.
So
Very great
I'm
sense
pretty
with
sure they're not
goblin.
there, and if they are there, we've got to go all the way back across the forest to get to them. If these guys have a wiggly finger person that can send us to Cartha, we can go there and maybe send Spin and Glunk a message and say meet us in Decartha, and by the time they get there, we'll be finished and ready to go.
Yes, I understand. Okay. Maybe we'll see them again soon.
I looked at Owen and see the disappointment that in not seeing Spin and Glunk.
Oh no!
Right,
Misunderstand. The player understands Spin and Glunk. I love them. Owen is like, I kind of owe him, and I really would like to not see him again because I owe him responsibilities.
So,
I may have sold the party to his bodyguards in perpetuity. I may be planning to betray him.
You didn't. You said you were going to.
Oh, very smart. I was very specific. It was me alone. Yes, but I still intend to betray him and run away.
So, if we're going to be here a while, I've got this broken sword that I'd like to try and fix.
A sword?
Yeah, it was one of your elfie people that were killing the dragon. I'll pull out the sword bits.
Which sword is this? Sorry, remind me, please.
This was the one that the dead elf under the rocks that killed the dragon. The sort of I'm assuming elven paladin type person.
The ones with the sword. Yeah.
And
you'd wish to reforge this blade? Why?
Because I it keeps my hand in and it looks interesting metal, so I thought it might make something interesting.
Excellent. Well, then you have access to our forge if you wish. I can send someone there. This will take more than a few days, I imagine, to properly quench a blade.
Yeah. It depends on how long we want to hang around.
And that's to the players, Killian.
And I say, depends on how long they're going to before they get fed up with us.
Depends how long. Sorry, Bean's clanking around, and
depends how long it takes us them to get fed up with us.
I'm sure you're the most pleasant company anyone could have wished for in their house.
I must admit, I kind of mirror Killian on that one and start laughing a little bit. Goblins,
they nervously laugh along with you.
Yeah, Goblins not best known for their hospitality.
So, let me show you. A guard comes over and she explains the situation, relays it, finds you some quarters, not quite so high up the tree, and gives you instructions on where they're located and how to access them. And you're able to travel about freely within the tree. She tells Jackson
what?
exactly what I said. You can see that there are these tall helmeted guards posted around the place.
I call them practice.
But you have not I wouldn't say the key to the city, but you are offered accommodation and board within within Anthaven.
As I say, I'm a cobbler, but then no door's really seriously locked.
No, not when you can just use your special
More suggestions.
Your shoe skills.
Yeah.
Jax has a similar thing, but his shoe skills are, a size 18.
Yeah. Yours deals with one side of the door where the lock is. Jax deals with the other side where the
hinges are.
Hinges.
No. It can be really secured to the frame. How well is the frame secured to the wall?
Yeah.
And how strong's the wall?
Yeah, but yours is the micro, Jax is the macro.
That's quite accurate.
How big is the problem? Quite small. How big is the problem, Jax? Media, it's about my size.
Looks his hammer.
There's no with Jax. It's like no problem.
He didn't stop. He's walking. He's like Homer Simpson in Japan, walking through the wall.
They want water.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna hit a like because it's getting dark.
Yeah. So yeah, you're led down. Your accommodation is pretty simple. They're small, sort of. It would be like being inside of a seed, like the rooms. They are that kind of shape. They kind of wider at the bottom and kind of go up. Think those 1960s egg chairs with a door on the front, but like a room size of that, with several little beds and things put inside it, and light seems to filter down from somewhere above.
I'm going to pull up some of the furniture's upholstery, cushions or mattresses,
Yeah.
take a psychic blade and scratch at the wood to see whether, because if this is a seed pod, that's where all the nutrients and stuff kind of coalesce. That's a bad place to be. I'd rather sleep in the hallway.
That's only literally a descriptor for the shape.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Descriptor for the shape. This does not seem to be a
Hollowed out
an
seed.
actual pod. No.
Because the red crystal kind of it's in its
Yeah.
sap, and this is that'd be really. Yeah. Although at the same time, it also explain a lot. All the elves go to sleep and then have the walls literally whisper to them.
Right, I'm going to mute for a second because the dog's going to have a drink. So I'm going to pause the recording because they're going to be so loud.
Go to the toilet. That's pretty impressive.
You are shown to some rooms. They look in the shape of a seed pod. I shall re-clarify. They seem to be kind of carved out of the tree itself, and they are wooden, and they appear very sparse but comfortable, if that makes sense. Minimalist. This would be like a Nordic getaway log cabin internal sort of setup here, where you just want to escape and stare at some sheep or something.
Do we all have the same pod, or are we in our own pod?
You have small individual pods around a central sort of circular area.
Oh, is it like we've all got our individual dorms, but we share a bathroom? Is that the kind of level we're at?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. You suckers. I've got to share a bathroom.
Yeah, okay. I want to know.
Oh, I don't.
Killian, the bath time routine. How do you start?
Bath time or bathroom?
Well, this is this is you're appointed these rooms. They're, like I said, they're simple but comfortable. You have means at your disposal for hot bathing if you wish, or cold bathing if you wish. There is a bathtub. Again, this is shaped out of some sort of shell or something like that.
Is it big enough for me, for starters?
It's tight. But you
elves
can
are kind of tall but sinewy, aren't they? So they tend to be tall.
Yeah.
It's long enough, but not wide enough.
Yeah, you get your butt in, but your shoulders are like over the sides. Yeah.
Okay, so I like that bath is as cold as I can get it.
Yeah.
And then I've still asked for ice.
Okay.
Why are you asking for ice, Captain? I could turn this into a cube of ice.
Only because in my brain I'm like, if I wanted a hot bath, I'd just go like, I won't waste my magic boiling the water for a hot bath. So why waste my magic making it cold when there are people here that can do it for me?
That is the very, very royal. That is the full Killian. Blood coming out in you there, definitely.
That is laziness.
No. I think this is born of your bloodline. This is you have indentured servants, etc., like that, and.
But so
I can totally see that.
As cold as I can.
Yeah.
With bubbles.
Cold and bubbles.
And I sit in
so
there
many questions.
until I start turning the bath warm, and then I get out.
Okay. Yeah. This is about approximately 2 hours. I mean, is there any? I mean, do you? It's probably not on you, but do you ask for anything that would be like a scale scrubber, like an exfoliator, or?
Oh no, this is purely like, this is the only time I get to myself.
Yeah, you just sit in it.
I am just gonna lay in that bath as best as I can lay in that bath, and just stew like some weird ice cocktail.
Yeah, you are like the ice cube in the cocktail.
Yeah.
As you do so, Killian, your stomach grumbles a bit.
Uh-oh. You haven't paid the worm its due.
Since when?
You have to be part of getting stuff within a certain amount of time, do you not?
Yeah. When was the last time?
Tree? Fighting the big giant tree, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was how long ago?
Day and a half?
Yeah, it don't matter then. I'm good.
When does it start doing?
Week.
A week. Ah, a week. Cool. But you can but in this quiet time,
John saw that.
in this quiet time,
Sorry.
it's because what I'm trying to convey is that in this quiet time, when you're alone with nothing but your thoughts and your gut,
Yeah.
you can sense it there. You feel this. It's not unpleasant. It's like a gentle feeling of,
It's almost like butterflies in your tummy.
and it's like that, and companionship. Like you might have got yourself
A puppy.
a stomach puppy, yeah.
Yay! I have a stomach puppy.
There's going to be fan out of that at some point.
And you kind of just place your hand on your stomach, and you can just, when you feel,
Hey, I got a stomach puppy. I'm not pregnant. There's no placing the hand on the bump and going, oh, baby. No.
but well, then in that case, as you're laying there, what you see is you just see this as it rides against the inside of your skin.
I'm like,
And yeah.
Soon, my precious.
What are the rest of you doing while Killian has approximately a 6-hour bath?
Wishing he would get out of the bath. And more importantly, why is there like ice vapor coming out of the underneath the doorway? The hell?
It's like that
Go
scene
right
from,
there.
it's like the scene from Poltergeist.
Yeah, deciding that I'm going to smell for a bit longer because I'm not getting that Killian on out of the bath. First, because I don't think the
Killian
bath's can
definitely
be,
got in there first.
because I don't want to pick. I don't have to use a like ice pick to get the bath into a shape I can use.
Oh, imagine the soap scum. It would be like frozen in like brown icicles on the side of the bath by the time you get
I'm
out.
more worried about the icicles hanging from the ceiling. They're going to stab you as you're sitting there.
Oh
What's
yeah,
happening?
the frozen condensation, these great stalagmites.
I'm not.
So tight stalagmites, mites.
I'm not.
Mites go up, tights go down.
Tights down.
I'm not that bad.
Well, you're pretty grubby. You've been crawling around under the ground for quite some
Yeah,
time.
I want a bath. I want a bath. I'm the clean. I feel like I'm wearing 3 layers of flesh right now, and I want to remove them. I feel bad.
He needs a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If Killian is like hogging it,
Yes, definitely.
I am going to find another bath, even if I have to break into somebody else's room.
You wander along one of the corridors and sort of
I will
balcony.
literally I'll hold a platinum piece in my hand and goes, I will give this to the first elf who allows me to use their bathroom. I need a bath.
There is at that point, as you say that, there is a rather hurried looking halfling that comes by and sees you shaking this thing. Oh, I'll take that.
If you have a bath for me to use, yes, you can have it.
Yeah. Come. Follow me.
Sure up, I do. I totally follow him.
They lead you into one of the elevators, and you are lowered down to the through the central shaft of the tree, and you kind of join the hubbub and hustle and bustle of the market. And he goes, "Come." He's leading you.
Ask that person his name.
That person's name is. Let's get the name.
Yay!
Let's go on a name. Let's go on a name hunt.
Thank you for
We're
this.
going on a name hunt. Ooh. Oh man. Oh, it can be this guy because I haven't used this name and I've been wanting for ages.
Well, don't waste it on a nobody unless it's amazing.
Yeah,
We're going to come back and visit him.
You can come
Yeah,
back and visit.
We'll
promise.
recruit him as an adventurer.
Okay, no, he's gonna be. His name is Hugo.
Had a cat like.
Hugo's
Ah.
hey, come on. Yeah, I'll lead you through. We're on the ground floor. Halfings, out on one of the routes.
Not underground, I hope.
No, no, no. We look out above the ground, but along one of the routes.
Oh, okay. Ah, hi, Owen
Pleasure to meet you. New to
from
the tree.
Modern Sound. Yeah, Modern Sound. I'm from Modern Sound.
It's a long way to come.
Isn't it just? Been a bit of a quite the trek, and I really haven't had a chance to bathe. I feel like I'm wearing a year's worth of grime on my skin, and you.
Yeah. Sometimes it can get like that after a day in here. Sometimes. No idea if the lifts aren't working. The stairs. Oof.
Oh, ooh. You can't teleport?
Me? No.
Ah, that sucks.
You can?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's it's pretty fancy.
Is it? It's a
Yeah.
goblin thing.
A cobbler thing.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you just dealt in shoes. I don't know about that. Don't wear them. Always thought they're too constricting.
Say nothing.
You look at this foot.
Oh yeah, look at his hairy, leathery, ugly feet and go.
Yeah, it is. It's not a pretty sight. There's a toenail. It's like one of those close-ups on Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. So horrifying.
Yeah, super photorealistic, zoomed in, photo of a toenail. You are led through, and you begin noticing you kind of stop being in the main dome, main spire, as it were, and you can't start going down a tunnel of wood, and you can kind of feel that it is. If you could see a long way, you would see it taper out and become something, but you still have earth under your feet as you are traveling, and here and there it has been cobbled and paved and stuff, and you get to a point where there is sort of like a not necessarily a gateway, but a sort of you definitely feel like you're now in
Halfway
Halflingville.
down.
Yeah. You are in that area where halflings dwell, and it's a change of vibe for sure.
The
Like the
roof
village
gives
thing.
the ceiling get lower.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, normal because you tall freaks.
yeah. That's
Uh,
it. The accommodation is quite suited to a goblinoid, a goblin, not goblinoid, because we've had this debate. Goblin person.
Oh.
We've had this debate. We're not treading on those delicate.
well, you know,
areas.
as a GM, you're totally safe. Is when Jackson speaks
Would
madness
you,
that you know.
bugbear?
They're related, like
Ah, 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 ah. Sure we are, because I'm totally 9 feet fecking tall
And hairy.
and hairy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can totally tell the
I
difference.
think the most relatable part is probably your ear situation going on.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. I have tufts.
yes. So yeah, like I said, the ceilings do start getting lower, but not too. I mean, a normal sized human can stand in this space, but the actual accommodation is different. So the bore holes in the tree, or the shaped holes in the tree rather, are more sized to yourself, and there are halfling-esque additions. There are little signs that are put up that have been put up definitely with a nail. That it's not, perfectly shaped, beautiful tree. And there's things that are
Hmm,
little signs that are painted here and there, and
hmm.
there's a sound of like fiddle music that comes out of a place that appears to be some sort of little tavern, and you can see little halfling children like charging around at like full speed.
I can tell you, Hugo, this is the first time since being here that I feel normal.
Well, that's good. We're quite hardy folk. The halflings
Of
that live in
course, of course.
Have
You
you?
can find halflings everywhere in this world.
Yeah. Well, hospitality and all that is kind of our deal. The elves. Well, they're elves. They can't help it. They don't mean it. It's just the way they are. They've lived too long to be able to be that kind of. I think once you live that long, and then you're brought up with people that have lived that long, they don't know how to have any fun anymore sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, they don't
that's
see
not
the
it that
point in
way.
it sometimes. That's what I also find.
Yeah. Takes people to be salt of the earth.
Well, I'm glad you say so. Right, there is a wash house here, or
Oh, thank you.
it depends. You could use that, or well, I'm from the upper tree, so and he looks a bit like almost embarrassed and towards him and say, "Perhaps you got one of my own, and you paid me, so you're welcome to use mine or communal. It's up to you."
I'm happy with the communal, but thank you very much nonetheless for the offer. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to impose. I am a smelly boy, and I must admit I don't want to relieve any sort of funk that may be lingering afterwards.
Well, maybe you should. Look, I feel bad. I've given
No
you.
need to feel bad.
You've given me coin though.
And you have shown me exactly where I need to be. You have shown a stranger hospitality beyond measure.
It's quite a lot though.
Is it?
What did you give him? I thought you said
Yeah, I'm playing up. Yes, I gave him a platinum piece. Yeah.
it's an incredible. Look, you must come. Look, I can't let you. I can't let you use the communals. Not when you've given me this. Come and meet.
Fair, fair. If you wish to
He
show
leads you
more than
through.
necessary, then I'm not going to stop you.
He leads you deeper in, and at the front you've got the kind of the commercia, the shopping, the little stalls, people selling veggies, herbs, and spices, and one place that seems to be selling like pots and pans and tableware, some carved wooden spoons. There's even some entrepreneuring young halfling who's got a little cart. That's selling little badges that are engraved, like little engraved badges. A young one, and he said, "Buy a badge, sir."
Oh, what do you have?
Got this one. Shows you, and it just says, "I came to Gargamel, and all I got this was this freaking badge."
What else have you got? I like that one.
He shows you one of a beautifully carved acorn.
Mhm.
And then he shows you one of of the tree itself, the image of like kind of like a stylized outline of the tree, and then he shows you another one, and it's a fanged moor.
I'll go through it. Oh, they're all really nice. I kind of like them. Tree one's very good. I like how you did it. The acorn, chef's kiss. That's a strange one, though. Where do you get that? What made you come up with that design? It's a little bit more dark, isn't it, than the other designs?
Oh yeah. Well, I saw one, and I just tried to copy it.
Really? Where did you see it? Where did you see it in this fine place?
Well,
They're all about leaves and trees and birds and bees, not really fangs and mouths and moors.
it was when we was in the washrooms before I started this up, and he kind of wheels his cart backwards and forwards like
Yep.
this guy. Well, one of my
Washroom?
jobs. Yeah,
I'm new here. Do apologies.
well, we have to do the laundry in one of the other routes. We've got facilities for cleaning all the clothes for the elves and stuff. And yeah, we were doing some robes one time, and there was a little thing in there, and yeah, it was in one of the pockets. Little token.
Do you know whose clothes they were?
Do they know? Do they remember?
I will literally put 2 platinum pieces down with my hands over them, like down and slide them so you can see they're both 2 coins. It's sort of an incentive to remember. I'm going to be knocking Jackson up for some money later.
Um,
I've not got any money.
Really? Oh, wow.
You're the one that's rich.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of hilarious. I've done really well out of this deal. Essentially, you're still technically hiring me.
they say, yeah, I think it was Preton Denarin.
And who is he when he's at home?
Oh, Enchapar. Yeah, was maybe to do with maps or something. I think.
Oh. I will buy one of every design he has, including the more one.
Oh, that's more than enough. Hold on. Stay there. And he carves you in whatever face you're pulling.
More like, what's going on?
Yeah, there's a
you
kind
go like, ooh.
yeah. So your faces, then he like gets like a little like almost like a hot little poker, like a hot
Oh,
burning stick, and kind of carves it
that's
in
a
this.
pyrography sort of thing going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, pyrography kind of thing. Like, pyrography into a disc, so you now have a disc of your own face. You have a disc of a tree.
Your own face. Wow. That's
Or being
horrifying.
added to his merchandise repertoire.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Get your
yeah. And
goblins! Get your
he'll now like
goblins!
he's now memorized that. He's like, yeah, gets on t-shirts as if Heroes of Edgeworth.
No.
What was the more symbol on? What was the name of the person it was on?
There is Preten.
Hey.
E-T. P-R-E-T.
En.
PRE10.
Okay.
Preten. And
Preten.
Preten and Shapar, they do appear to have like a hyphenated name, but Preten would be fine.
Okay.
Because they would take on the Enshapar name.
Yeah. Yeah. So we DENARIN high apostrophe Enterprise or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think it was him. But you know, it's a lot of robes. They wear a lot of layers.
What metal was it made of? If it was made of metal at all.
No,
Was it wood?
no.
Was it
felt cold.
shiny, clear,
No, it was
pinkish?
no.
Okay.
It's cold, like I don't know, little metal disc, like almost like a coin. Like don't know what metal though. Didn't really like it, but like I didn't like that. But the image stuck with me.
How much would I need to pay you to never make another one of that one?
About what you give me?
I do that. Never make another one for your own safety.
Is this one of the things where I don't want to ask why.
I'm going to go for full-on performance, give that dark cow's look and go, you don't need to know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can tell you, but then I'll have to kill you.
No, I could tell you, and then you would die.
He nods knowingly, shuffles his feet, puts hands in the pockets, and then, all right, I think they're waiting for you. And you can see this
I
at the
slip
like,
off. I slip off, sort of thing. Give me that sort of hard stare and just make sure you truly understands, then walk away.
yeah. So
I'm
you
technically
follow,
doing him a favour, and he's got 4 platforms for trouble, so yeah.
you follow Hugo.
Sorry
Along.
about that. Quite an industrious little fellow, that one.
Ah,
I'm essentially going flip, 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 flip. Obviously, I'll palm the more one away.
yeah. He's always got ideas, that one. But
What is it?
nice to see them trying, isn't it? Different
What a
things.
fine eye for design, huh?
Oh, and you should show the one of your face. He goes, "Yes, can I have a look?" Oh, yeah, quite a likeness. Just passes the disc. You are led to a very welcoming little tunnel and led off to the side. As you've got deeper in, you can feel like there are there is a breeze somewhere here. There's ventilation coming through from above, and you smell the scents of the forest coming down. And here and
Is
there,
there
there
an
are washing
exit?
lines
There's an
strewn
exit?
across the street. Sorry?
There's an exit to the world outside from here?
Oh, well, we just got like little hole, ventilation holes. But if you're small enough, you can. Some of the wee ones squeeze out sometimes. To go and find them. We can't get outside. We have to go round, and one of them will get their heads stuck. Oh gosh, then we have to get one of the elves down here, and well, they don't tend to come down. And then when we get one down here, they're all like, "You've got that nailed up. You shouldn't have that nailed up." And there's
Ah, yes, yes.
it's like having someone visit what owns the place, and then you're just living here, and then they tell you how to live your life.
Landlords, am I right?
Yeah, just well,
Do you actually
uncomfortable.
pay rent here?
It's kind of like we do this for them, and we get to stay inside the tree. It's quite safe, apart from when the little ones get their heads stuck, and then we have to get one of the elves to come down and cast enlarge reduce on them.
Make them quarterly.
You
Right, I'll
don't
do that.
live out in the forest?
Sorry?
I know the forest is dangerous recently, but you don't live out in the forest? Oh, you may want to know, the forest is sleeping now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the whole portals and bubbles of doom are gone.
Oh, they're awful. I fell into one once, not even really looking. I was fishing, and one just sort of bobbed out of the water of a stream, and all of a sudden, I just thought I'd got something on the end of a line. I pulled. Bubble comes over me. I got this kind of drake on the end of my rod, and then I'm trying to pull it out of the water, and then I'm running away, and the next thing I know, I've lost my fishing rod.
Hmm.
Lost where I am. Took me ages to find my way back.
Well, you found your way back, well done.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're pretty handy, us halflings. Some people think we're a bit thick.
I don't think so. You're craftsmen at the highest order, most of you. Even the when it comes to humans, the dumbest halfling puts the humans to shame.
You think so, eh?
Oh, I know so. You should see Mordenthau. Ooh, ooh, so many humans, so many troubles.
Isn't that all made of stone, that place?
Stone and ice, the best kind.
Oh, like you see him visibly shiver, like, whoa. Oh, I don't like the idea of that at all. Anyway, come on.
Well,
I mean,
horses for courses, I say. I myself don't really like sand, it gets everywhere.
he said, come in. Excuse the state of the place. I don't know what's going to be like. And then he opens this like little notch, and you'll add into like a halfling dwelling. You can see there's a little hearth glowing in the corner, with the ventilation drawing
Oh, so
the
nice.
the smoke out the tree out to the tree and out of space. You can see
I'm a little worried about the open flame inside a huge tree.
yeah. You can see that this place is the fireplace is like
But-
almost like just treated. It's kind of where it's kind of been there for so long. It looks well ingrained within the.
Just beg the question: where does the firewood come from? You just shave off with like thin
Yeah,
slivers of
go
the tree. And
outside. That's it.
His house is getting slightly bigger every winter.
Yeah,
It's just like shaving the walls.
you just end up like living with your neighbours.
Yeah, I think at some point, yeah.
Yeah, and you see
It's
a
nice
table.
here, but the walls are terribly thin.
Landlords are getting very frustrated
Yeah.
because
What,
you
the
keep
increase the
knocking
rent is
walls
getting
through.
I'm selling you a bigger flat each time.
Yeah, there's a table laden with beautiful food, and a pie that's on there. And you can see the back of a halfling female appears. Belle, Belle, we have a guest. And this individual turns around, apron, knocks flour off onto their pinafore. Oh, hello. Well, aren't you going to introduce us? Oh yeah, this is Erwin. Erwin, this is my wife, Belle.
Pleasure to meet you, my dear. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Oh, welcome. Why have we got to? Why are you doing? And he just like picks out his pocket. Put that somewhere safe, my dear. And she takes the platinum pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, welcome, welcome
Here's 1 year's rent. Well, yes. Since you
yeah,
bought the place.
welcome. What can we do for you? Pie?
Um, as your husband has been most kind, I need a bath.
Oh, immediately. Let me get it on. I'll just get the little one out.
I'm happy to wait. I'm happy to wait. Please don't put it for
Oh,
too
she'll look like a raisin if I don't get her out anyway.
goblin. I'm literally wrinkles on legs.
You can hear this. No, and then you hear this. You hear two sounds. You hear the sound of no, my tummy, and then you hear this like squeal of laughter as I've got you now. You're wrapped up. You're not going anywhere. And then you can see Ruth coming through with like this bundle in a sack, and she goes, "Look, we've got guests," and like turns this like burrito of a child
maybe.
round to face you. Look at his ears.
I do the whole dexterity thing, basically make my ears wave at her.
Oh, that's excellent. Who is he? What are they doing? Why are you here? Why are you?
I am a goblin and a cobbler at trade. Also, a bit of an entertainer.
What's
I
a
conjure.
cobbler?
I will shape a psychic impression of a shoe.
Oh, why?
Some people like shoes.
Oh, no, I don't.
Your feet are so dirty. Just so when you did
I
that.
got
Well, there you go.
halfling
YouTube just banned us.
Yeah.
You do have halfling feet.
We did actually get a video reported at one point because the
Did you?
title said something about foot licking.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that.
We
Sometimes.
did. We did.
Yeah.
I think it was where Killian was licking something and something happened with a foot in the episode. So it was like something licking, something foot. Got flagged by the algorithm and we were
Yep.
had to
Almighty
explain that.
Algo.
No. You got the wrong end of the. You've got the. Yeah.
The AI
I
did
didn't-
not understand.
You got it wrong.
Yeah.
This is that kind of
Did you
content.
actually like challenge it?
I had to challenge it to get it unbanned. They had to watch one of our games. Suckers! You've had to watch this nonsense.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yes, and eventually you are led to a bubbling bath. It is perfectly sized for you. It's a bit like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You've got one that's too thin. You've got one that's just right. Yeah.
Yep.
It is. It
I was
is
going to say,
warm.
if Jax gets one that's too big, I want to see that damn bath.
Yeah.
They lead you outside to a pen where there is a trough for washing bison.
Bison, yeah.
No, they you are led into a frothy, bathy, steamy place, and you are able to
I
slide.
become civilized and wash myself. I like to find as my goblin, I am literally the most civilized person on the planet. I literally like to tailor myself. I like to be washed.
Yeah,
I brush my teeth. I probably
yeah.
spend way too much.
In between each
Oh
knee.
yeah, I'm a flosser. If dental floss is a thing, I'm definitely a flosser.
Yeah, yeah. There are all the accoutrements, and in fact, there is like a knock at the door. Are you decent?
Am I?
You're in the
How?
you can be in the bath and covered in foam if you wish to be.
For the most part, yes.
Good. We just I got when nipped out and got you something.
Yep. It's opened. I'm literally just like a pair of eyes and a smile in a foam pool, a pool of foam.
Just like appearing
Yeah.
out. He brings you this. Well, still felt a bit bad. So we got you this, and it's like this. It's like a glass bottle, with like a stopper in the top. And as you turn it's like it has that consistency of oil. Couple of drops in the bath there with you. It's lavender.
Oh, lavender. Ooh, that's expensive.
Yeah. Well, the sum you gave us wasn't a small amount, and Ruth, she would.
That was a level of performance. I'm going. You keep saying that. What is money worth to you? Platinum pieces literally rain from the sky where I'm from.
Ruth's a little one. Ruth said we should get you a present because it's only good to do that when someone is new. But I didn't really understand that. But she said it, and little ones.
Who's Ruth?
The weean.
Oh.
I just asked that too, don't worry.
I
was like, who's Ruth?
He says, well, with this we've always wanted to travel a bit.
Overrated, I say. But you do live in the best part of the world to do it. The Circle Road can take you to all manner of different places.
So I've heard. That would book us passage for quite a way, I reckon.
Which route would you intend to take?
Would you recommend? Where have you been?
I was born in modern Sound. I've been to the Inuit Forest, Kakansax. All along the to Southgate and all along the actual ice bridge.
Oh wow! That is beautiful. Is it true it's made of ice? Just goes across the ocean.
Yep, it is beautiful. It is beautiful, especially when the sun in the evening gets down low, and if you get close to the edge, the water waves are rippling. It's like liquid fire on the. Close my eyes and just remember. I get really homesick suddenly. It's like
Yeah.
rapid fire off the things, and the sea mist that comes across. Sounds as the waves hits the ice.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
also
the whole world sings.
the sound of the skis of your little toboggan. Also, like almost like
It's,
making that keening sound as it
yeah,
travels across and reverberates, and then the little pitter patter of your fox. Is it pink, pink,
yeah, yeah. There's my little
bingo,
foxy
bingo, bang. Oh,
Bingo, I think.
Tengu.
Tengu. That's it.
Tengu.
Yeah, his little pitter patter and the kind of bushy tail as they would gallop merrily across the bridge. Either way, either heading towards those giant tall towers of Southgate or the imposing cliff face and then monumental bricks of Morden Cell.
Mm. There's
Miss
that.
it.
Yes, I do. I'm not used to heat and sun and sand. This place is dry. So very dry.
Huh.
Gargamel's different. But I've been to Tantalib.
Yeah.
And if you wish to try at a place, Tantalib is a melting pot. I would suggest it. I heard
Okay.
Three Ways is interesting too, but I have not been there myself.
That's to the west, to the east.
If
Oh no,
the
sorry,
bow,
to the west. Three Ways.
if the bow wash is to the north and close to here, directly south to the road, and then take the western path, will take you to Three Ways.
Yeah.
From there, a trip down to Tantalib would be a thing you can do.
Oh yeah. Well,
I've not been east. I want to visit Midway.
okay. Well, maybe we should. Maybe if you do make your way, we could travel with you for a time.
I wish that was possible. I am on the darker path, unfortunately.
Oh, is that the stuff I shouldn't ask about?
Well, you don't ask too many questions, but me and my friends are off to Jakarta, the Dead City.
Don't know it.
And directly south, past on the opposite side of the Hap Expanse.
Uh,
A city that once was thriving now is given over to the dead.
that didn't sound nice.
It's not, but necessary.
Okay. There's that, and
Put it this way, this bath, luxurious.
I have a
And
question. Oh, sorry, go
of
on.
course,
I have a question. When you arrived here, what have you ever changed out of your deck chair?
no. I have either winter clothing or this deck chair.
Yeah.
These are my clothes. This bath is absolutely necessary. My clothes are probably rotting off my body.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been to Thailand. I know how hot and humid just basically rots clothes off of you. The t-shirts just die, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a smelly boy. I'm amazed people who like not being like gagging being anywhere near me.
Yeah. He says we took the liberty, and over the back of a chair that's in the room, he kind of lays a sort of a white linen type shirt with a tie up front here. It comes with a little leather waistcoat that hangs down in a kind of brown kind of color, and it seems to have a lot of useful pockets sewn on
If
the
this is to be
inside.
an anime, my eyes would be tearing up and like welling up giant like.
Yeah, and
So
a pair of like medium density shorts that are kind of like not shorts, like 3/4, so they come to just about your shin.
Yeah.
Just the
Cargo
the
pants,
the
lovely.
the the, the, the trousers have got a drawstring because well a lot of us have got a bit more round the middle than yourself.
They're beautiful, I say, looking at them with loving eyes.
Well,
They're
that's yours.
beautiful.
There's pie on the table when you're ready.
I sink down into the bubble. 5 more minutes.
Yeah, that's a lovely little scene. I think we'll stop there and move over to Jack.
Probably a good idea. I've hogged and somebody else can have the focus. I've hogged the limelight for a bit.
We'll sling it this way. Sing it over to
Yep.
Jax. Jax,
Yeah.
you have a little pod. Is there anything that Jax would like to do here?
So I need to
He's
try and
hammering
find
metal.
someone else do some forging.
Yeah, you are led down a different area, and in here, you can see this is much more production focused in this area. There are people actually not just selling wares, but actually creating, like they are doing the barrels, coopering barrels and things like that for making wine, you assume, or some meads or things like that, and making up the barrels. You can hear the knock of hammers on wood, and then you will gradually to a place where there is stone built inside the tree, almost it's like it does look very out of place, but it is like built inside, like a stone box that's shaped to the shape of part of the tree, inside this kind of route that's going down, and you don't have to crouch at this point, but if you knew if you carried on down this long arcade that you would start having to stoop your head. And you find that there is an elf working at a forge, uh, uh, and they are introduced to you by one of the guards, and they say, "This is Name, one of the forgers here."
Hey, I was wondering if I could maybe like borrow your forge or a space in your forge. I'm trying to do like some repair work, maybe sort of tweak it. I don't know if you have any. Well, you obviously do have woodworkers, but I've got some wood that needs working, as well, and I want to see if I can like sort of fix some work and make something useful.
You have
I'm Jack,
access.
by the way.
They stretch out an elegant hand that is covered in soot
That's
and
fine with me. Yeah,
burns.
there's going to be this big.
Yeah. You take their hand, and it's surprisingly strong.
Yeah.
You can see these thin, wiry muscles that belie the circumference of these muscles belies the actual muscle
It's
structure.
the athlete rather than the bodybuilder.
Yeah, definitely. This
It's
is
the
like the
acrobat.
Olympic
That's all.
swimmer, the
Yeah,
gymnast.
wiriness.
Yeah, coiled muscle around the arm as they shake your hand. You have and looks to the guards. They may stay. They may have access, and the guards simply sort of like nod and say,
We're having a chat with Vitris just now, and they sort of said we could stay, and they said I might be able to come down here and do some work.
"Then you may stay. You may work here. Would you like an assistant to your?"
Well, I'm going to pull out my bits of the sword from the elfy person that was squashed, who
Yeah.
may have been a Bladinger, because I think I've got a spell book of hers as well. That one, the one that was at the Dead Dragon.
Yeah, the ones
I collected all the bits of sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull out that, and then I'm going to pull out my chunk of wood from Tree Monster.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm assuming it's a forge, so they're going to have like sort of, you know, either chalk or tablet or some, you know, something rough that you can sort of draw a.
Yeah.
And I basically want to draw a sort of a rough sort of sketch of effectively converting the sword into the blade unit of a pole arm made from the dingy wood tree.
Yeah. So you kind of want to melt the blade of the elven thing
Yeah.
down and form like a halberd head. Then you
Yeah, sort of the sort of yeah the curved blade. I mean, in our world terms, effectively like a naginata type thing, a sort of a short sword on a spear head, you know, on a spear arm.
yeah, I like this idea. They look at your designs and then they're looking over the materials and they kind of they're going to look at the materials. Oh. They look at over this stuff and I don't recognize the blade that is smashed, that is broken here. But the wood, an interesting grain.
It was from a tree monster that came out of one of those bubbles that we got rid of.
They recoil a bit. And they go down and they kind of sniff it and like get some of the fiber off. Death.
It did like it had like I've described the sort of the hanging noosey things and the flailing dead bodies.
Yeah. They grimace somewhat. Alas, it has been a long time since I have seen a fight. Just sparring and practice and keeps my form.
Marky Bob, but you know, I'm probably going to be here for a little bit. So if you want to have a practice, I'm good for that.
You would do me that?
Yeah, it's like good keeping in and you know trying against different people and stuff.
It has been some time since I've fought anyone of your stature. As they look up at you, you tower above them.
Wait, are these halflings?
No, these are elves. These are
This
elves.
is the elf.
Even then, Jax is tall.
Poor little halfling against Jack.
Just-
I was like, wait a second, are these halflings?
It's more like whack-a-mole. They say yes, yeah, fine. That'll be fantastic. Yeah, I would be glad of that. We shall see what we can make. And we shall. I shall let you go back to this, basically.
Okay, can I make and I don't know whether or not it's a intelligence, a wisdom based sort of smithing check of I'm tempted to crush up my penny's worth of pink crystal into the metal when I smelt it.
How do you crush it? How are you planning on doing this?
I'm assuming it's some sort of pestle and mortar type thing.
Okay. Yes,
But
I'm going to say you think you could powder this.
I'm just thinking if you know you can make sort of funny sort of things, and I you know whether or not it would like ruin the metal, it might enhance it. I don't know. It would change the metal. Effectively, I'm kind of figuring that this weapon is using all the bad stuff that this shit has brought to this earth to fight the bad stuff. Yeah, I may be horribly wrong, and I may end up horribly corrupted. I may turn out into a pudding person, but you never know. I'm going to have a cool polearm doing it.
Yeah, and the best thing about this is it's completely out of sight of the others. completely and utterly as you begin this process. The elf says, I will leave you to it. Simply ask and they will point you towards the sparring cages. You are he briefly shows you around. You know your way around a forge, and you can begin this process. You take the blades and start laying them out, and put them into a crucible to begin that smelting process, and turning these solid pieces of metal into their liquid form as they sort of drop and deform out of their solid form and become that swirling liquid metal that reflects and glimmers and glows in the flames of this boiling forge, and the heat comes upon you as you pump bellows and increase the temperature to bring it up to speed. And with the heat increasing, you take out the crystals that you had harvested. These ones you harvested from the trees.
I've got about coins worth of this material.
And you take it and you place it in a pestle, and you begin to sort of grind it down, and you almost feel like there's a resistance.
This thing going, ow, look at it, stop it.
Yeah, like it doesn't want to be destroyed.
To be honest, because Jax is aware that there is this consciousness about this, I have a sneaking suspicion that Jax, while he's doing this, he's going to basically be, and it's almost going to be muttering threats at the Moor.
Sorry. So I'm just seeing a Simpson thing.
Can we
I
have
am
that?
mocking your pain as I'm robbing you of life.
I hope you can feel this, because it's going to feel a lot worse when I sort of come in and sort of get rid of you completely, and and there's just going to be sort of
by the time I'm finished, you'll consider this pain to be
I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Jax is like pre-threatening this beast, just trying to like really.
This is like Jax's version of foreplay.
Yeah, it's true.
Whispering sweet, menacing things into its ear.
This is the nicest thing I'm going to do to you. This is going to be foreplay in comparison.
Yeah.
Like, this is Jax's version of foreplay.
You think this is painful? You wait till.
Yeah. Sorry, that's just when you were saying that. That's what popped into my head.
By the time I'm done with you, this will be a sweet embrace in comparison.
By the time I'm done with you, you'll be polished and sat in a shop called Crystal Moods. There'll be incense. There'll be a person with a nose ring looking over you.
And this is when the GM was like,
you're going to be sold with the patchouli oil.
Ooh, the horror! The horror!
And the incense cones.
Oh yeah, like so you'll be surrounded by incense cones, patchouli oil, and nose rings, you little bastard.
The works.
You begin to break it.
And all the fancy shit.
And with your intention and your notions, it's like it suddenly gives way. Like a willingness or maybe defeat comes upon it, and you're able to get this into a fine powder, and you can actually combine these two into one form, and you end up with just, at this point, we're going to just say, oh, is that 3D print?
Nope, that is actually a carved skull out of gemstone.
That's very cool.
From a shop that sells patchouli oil and...
Don't worry, the amount of shit like that.
I've got like 5 of these. I've got one in jade as well. couldn't find it quick enough.
Um,
The amount of stuff I have like
Yeah,
that. And
it's- yeah, we're only taking the piss because it's actually
it's
us.
actually us. Yeah.
You haven't got the nose rings yet.
I'm actually terrified of needles. Otherwise, I would have tattoos and stuff. But the idea of it's like,
the end of the month, I'm looking at getting that done. So
only a
Like,
matter of time.
yeah.
Yes, and you can get the basic form.
I'm assuming billet of metal.
Yeah. You combine this kind of eldrich crystal metal.
I will go around and have a look and see if I can find in this area a woodworker who could basically look at the stick for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have the skill in that, so I would like that someone more proficient. So I will go around and have a chat with.
Yeah, there seems to be
I'll
an
have a
area-
chat with
Name.
Ame and see who they recommend.
Yeah. Lens Forge. They recommend an elf called Hirita.
Okay, I will go and see them and see if I could. I'll take my piece of wood, my
Ancient deadwood. To them, yeah, you do. They look over it. They seem to have a bit more insight into it, and immediately they're like, "This isn't of our forest."
it came through one of the bubbles.
Oh,
So it kind of got stranded here when we got rid of all the bubbles.
I've heard tell of this.
What, the things got stranded?
Of strangers in Intarvin who claim to have solved the problem that the high elves of Enshapar could not.
Well, we may have moved the problem, but I think we moved the problem to the place that can deal with it. So there was this big crystal that crashed into the planet, the Earth, here.
We know the children's stories.
Yeah. Well, there was a big chunk of it down under your tree.
Okay.
Have you ever scratched your tree and look at the sap? The little specks in it?
We don't harm the tree. We shape it.
Well, you might understand it more, but if you look at the sap of it, it's infested with this crystally stuff. It's been sucking it out for years.
We've always been told not to. These are not a tree that is not allowed to be harvested
You don't harvest it, you can just
or to be damaged. They're curious and they go over and they have in their thing. Obviously, they have the ability to make glues and things like that. So they also have a wood tap, basically, where you would drain the sap from a tree, and they make a small notch and they turn it, and some begins to form there.
and it if you get them close to each other, they'll stick together.
That is most strange.
Well, the big crystal that was in the roots underneath, deep underground,
Yes.
we sent to the plane of Earth.
Oh.
So, because we figure if it's a rock crystally thing, Earth things can deal with them.
I've never been.
Neither have I.
No.
I fought some rock things.
Okay.
So hopefully it's now, well, it's not your guys' problem anymore because your forest isn't getting bubbles of evil because you haven't got the swamp gases.
It'll be revolutionary.
But yeah, so this came from a tree that had been stranded from one of the bubbles and was killing the halfling village out in the woods.
Oh, how awful.
So we killed it to stop it killing the rest of the halflings.
No, I understand. Harvesting trees is part of our role here, and part of it is to take the ones that are ready to be harvested. The problem we have is with loggers who come in that are normally, I hate to say, human. They come and they take the trees that are too young. They're not ready to be taken yet. They take them, they make inferior quality things. They also don't respect the way that we've planted the forest. They're doing it before time. They have no patience.
I think that's a lifespan thing.
That's
Do
as
you
made.
think a fly has patience?
I've never thought of that. I suppose everything's
Or-
kind of rushed.
Have you ever had a pet dog or a pet walk?
Once when I was a small, yes.
And like for you, I'm guessing it didn't last very long at all.
Not at all, no.
But for him, that was his entire existence.
Yes.
So he thought you were great because they're good. Having pets is good. Like I had a pet
believe
before.
so also.
And like while he was around, it was amazing. And then he got old and died.
He did. At that.
And for him, you didn't change. But you saw all of his life.
Yes. What are you getting at?
The patience thing.
My dog was very patient.
But like you were saying that they harvest trees because they're not at the right time. If they don't harvest them now, they'll be dead by the time you think they're ready.
There are trees ready to harvest, but they're not willing to make trade. They'd rather steal and
Why don't you send someone down there and be like, hey guys, we understand you want some trees. We can show you the good trees and show you which ones that are good to harvest. And you can share with them.
we have tried. We have tried. Stubborn and impatient. Not you, Killian, no one. When was the last time you harvested a tree? You didn't even lift a finger to do your bath.
But yeah, if you like,
Killian.
but then when was the last time you tried?
I personally haven't, no.
Well, you give it a go. Pop over to what is it called?
The bow wash, that kind of area.
Yeah, End and Che.
And Che, yeah, and the bow wash.
You pop over there and say, "Hey, I'm from here. I can show you the good trees to harvest that are ready, and that will make stuff more potent and things. And you could leave the ones not. I mean, it might be you put like ribbons around the ones that you're happy for them to harvest, and or vice versa.
It has been a long while since I've left the borders of Gargamel. Maybe some culture might do me good. Anyway, you are most wise for one of your kind, and maybe have misjudged the rest of your folk. I apologize for that.
Disgusting behaviour.
I've always thought that the Orcish folk were brutal and warlike.
If you piss me off, then that changes.
They look at you in all seriousness and say, I intend not to get on your bad side then.
But you know, the more we can kind of get together and help each other, because I've been all over this place. And like people are all like, no, this is my bit and no one's allowed here. And it's like, well, actually, if I help you and you help me, you might get cool stuff back.
What is this cool stuff?
I don't know. I've never been to Endenche. But I bet you they've got stuff that you don't know, and vice versa.
It's probably worth at least trying to reform the bonds. Send a small party of a truce, of a coalition between us. I will discuss with the riders of Pelethon. If they would accompany me and provide me with a horse to lead out that way.
Just be careful because, like, there are, even though the bubbles have gone, some things have come out.
Oh, I see.
So you might want to, like, you know, them to come with you or whatever, just in case.
I shall not ride alone. But I'm sure you've made the place a lot safer than it was, or at least a lot less chaotic than it was.
Well, the
As
bubbles have gone. I mean, we found some quicklings, and we found some black cats.
they're now black caps.
Yeah.
But they've signed on with the halflings to guard the little village there.
You've had some adventures then.
We get about a bit.
Well, I shall.
Understatement of the year.
I will attempt to start your designs, and they start sketching with a beautiful charcoal on this page, and they start drawing out the shape. You've given them like the rough idea of what it should look like.
Could I on their thing, so
Yeah.
not on their thing, can I write out my giantess runes?
Yeah.
Because I want to engrave them into it if I can as well.
Into the haft of the.
Yeah, I'm going to basically put on both bits, so I can do the bits in the metal, but I can also then.
Yeah. What they do is they will start drawing it, and they will say, "We leave this space here for you to engrave it yourself, to put your magics into it and carve the runes." I don't think that I have the craft to imbue it with the magic that you wish. And I think at that point we go to Charlie, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you?
If you're happy with that. So you've begun your work. We've got Erwin, who is soaking in the suds.
He's enjoying
Killian,
himself so
similarly,
much.
down below the water. It's getting pretty cold. The bath water. It's just how you like it.
I love the fact that you guys will be getting clean. I'm just going to come up even dirtier.
Yeah.
We're happier for it. Yeah. We can see.
Charles is led to a tall space.
Sorry, Pete, can I just one thing? Can I just warn Hiletta about the pink crystally things and be like, don't touch it. You probably don't want to collect it. You don't want to let it accumulate and build up. And definitely don't mix it with anything you're about to eat or drink.
No. You seem to be best knowledge about this, and she hands you a small beaker.
Okay.
Flex in it.
Yeah.
Just flex. Thank you. Charlie follows the elven guard and walks in reverence with his head slightly bowed, and his arms inside his sleeves, and his hood pulled up. It's been a long time since he's been away from you folks on his own, really. And in this place, he feels the eyes of people upon him. His bird-like form is not common anywhere, really.
No.
And he's definitely drawing some attention as he moves through this space. And he, you see his eyes darting to and fro, keeping an eye as he walks. And he's led to this chapel, which is built in one of the where the stem meets a root, if that makes sense, where the main trunk meets a root, and so you get this kind of large, tall spire carved into the side of the root, and it kind of goes out with like I think it would be called a nave. Is it a nave? The long bit of the church?
Yes. No.
Where the pews would be.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Like
Vestigials, nave. Yep.
the long bit where the pews would be. They go both ways. They go out into the root and out some way into the main body of the tree, and it rises up tall inside. So you get these kind of again a set of balconies that's separate from the outside balconies, and the space has a certain different resonance within it. And there are chimes and bells that are suspended above that seem to be connected by a complex set of ribbons and stuff. And there are people seemingly duty bound to play music throughout this space at all times, and they sort of ring these things, and you get this kind of gentle chiming like ding, shoo, 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 as they move through this like processional area to a central dais, and the person has begun to be laid out. Instructions are whispered to other elves who are similarly reverent in their bearing and in their and how they hold themselves, and they scurry off and gather various implements for lighting candles and incense and nose rings, and they bring everything to the central area and begin laying out flowers and things like that, as almost like a bed for this individual to lay on. And they're raised up and laid upon this central platform, and Charlie will go to the end of their feet. No, I think he'll go to their feet and kind of hold his hand above and run his hand up from their feet to their head, and just be uttering a few words in prayer to Melora, and basically kind of uttering,
May you be at peace now. Through whatever means you thought you could control this elder evil, you were wrong, my friend. And I believe that maybe you believed that you were right in your mission, your quest. You were wrong, and we had to end your life for that. And I am sorry. So sorry. We will free your people of this taint, as I believe was your quest.
and at that point, should we take a quick break, folks?
Sure. Although, yeah, melancholy, but yeah, sure. I'll keep going. Just need to... Oh,
Sorry, it went. Welcome back, everybody. Yes, you are resting up. You finally get yourself clean, in whatever way you do.
I come
when
out
you,
and even my scales are like shriveled up.
yeah, yeah. I don't
Killian,
know the
Killian
idea of that
Prune,
they
not
can see
Killian
the skin
Norn, Killian
underneath.
Prune, yeah.
Oh no. I'm like, you know
what's-
when you come out the bath and you're all preeny?
Yeah.
Like even my scales look like that. Like my scales look all like preeny. and
Pretty
wrinkly.
scales.
Killian Norn, now at age 700.
Grandma Norm.
Emperor Palpatine, the Dragonborn, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm very washed.
Yeah. But I smell amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Owen,
Is that lilacs?
you are similarly relaxed,
Potpourried?
cleaned, dressed in stuff that is a
Brilliant.
little bit
Amazing. I don't
strangely
care.
fit for you.
It's not rotting off my body. It's amazing.
Mhm. And Jax,
like,
you have
"Look,
managed
they're
to
all
commission
Yeah.
someone to begin the process of making the wood into the haft that you wish, and also you have now this kind of
crystally metal.
alloy, I would say, like an
yeah.
alloy of
Amalgam.
amalgam or alloy of these two things, and you're able to go back, relax in your little sort of seed pod rooms, and if you would like, everybody that needs to, you may rest for the long time.
A long rest. I
Before
like
we do
really a
that, so I was thinking while I was hammering things, of things we might want to ask of Howron. So I kind of figure the first two would help the Vitris maybe ask some more specific questions. But what was the aim of your plan with the crystal? What was the aim of the magic? What were you trying to do? And who planned that?
Yeah.
Was that his idea or was that someone else's idea?
I also yeah, that's the two quick good, actually the two best questions to ask.
Because I was thinking that way we
Well
can
done.
find out. And if he says, "Oh, it was Bob," then Vetris might go, "Oh, I know Bob.
Frickin'
Who's that?
Bobs.
Let's talk about Bob." Well, no, she doesn't know who Bobs are because, like, that's a
Nobody
magic
transacts,
thing.
all the Bobs.
I will try and get a meeting with my party members before this all kicks off.
Yeah. I'm going to say that you long rest, and then there is some breakfast proffered to you.
What
And-
kind of breakfast?
No croissants.
Elves, they
Freshly
don't understand
cut
croissants.
fruit, things that resemble what are they called? Water biscuits.
Oh,
They're the shit they give you in hospital. I ain't touching
yeah.
that. I ain't touching
Elves, they don't understand what taste is.
I can dig out some posh rations. We've still got some of them.
It's better than the water biscuits. The walls of the wood of this tree are better than the water biscuits.
Killian gives it
Yeah,
a taste.
I'd rather shave the tree than
Killian licks a biscuit and does the comparison
Mm.
and nods vehemently. Definitely.
Water biscuits, the water biscuits may have more nutrition, but the tree tastes better.
Yeah.
You.
I start handing out croissants to everybody.
Yeah.
I will take a croissant. I will take a croissant.
Yeah.
Even a croissant's been flattened in your
Yeah.
Oh, these
backpack.
are like pancake thin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. These are crepes in croissant form.
We did buy like 80 days worth of posh rations when we were in
Jackson?
Antolem.
Yep. Matt, you're absolutely right. These are posh, high quality, very tasty rations, but they're not 30-day-old flat croissants, which somehow are still better.
Yeah.
You wait until I get my croissant dispenser.
That was almost a threat.
You wait until I get my croissant dispenser.
Is it? You're not wrong. It is actually a threat.
Doing that, I just popped my rib out.
Yeah,
That's
you're able to meet.
bad. That's really bad. Rib shouldn't pop anywhere.
I do.
I did. Yeah, it does.
Mine on one side will do that with a certain movement. It's really,
Yeah.
really
I love how John's just like,
No.
He's
No,
just looking at you
no.
like you're all horrifically deformed.
Yes. Apparently, two people in the same place. I'm now very terrified of my own body.
I bet
mean,
not
it's
threaten anybody in a
actually
1950s
My
manner.
body trying to kill
there's a
me.
rib.
I'm actually at war with my own body right now. So yeah, this is terrifying.
the thing is, the more I love, the more it
Wait to the beginning of the laying out ceremony, everybody.
Okay.
Hey,
Quite a place.
So I lay down a pin with a copy of the Moor. So there's somebody out here called Petron Durian Enchapar, one of the halflings who washes his clothes, found this found a metal version of this in his clothing.
We should
Oh.
probably first and check them.
Another bloody inch of power.
Are we going to ask Vetris?
Don't be like that. We've met nice in Chapars as well. What about the lady in the wheelchair, Killian? She said you were a singular individual.
I'm pretty sure we all were singular.
Yeah, I don't think he's more than one of me.
Yeah. She's met some weird people.
Killian.
Yeah, us.
So many jokes, so little time.
It's all the chapel is prepared.
So should we send a message? Are we going to go back to our office?
Let's do it after the meeting. After the meeting? After the ritual. After the
Well-
seance. After what do you call it, Charles?
I don't care to call it much, really.
Ah,
Maybe if it had some,
abomination. Right. That's
The questioning.
the questioning.
maybe if it, I don't know. I
Maybe
don't
if the
enjoy it.
Jackson is the fetishization.
Let's get the questions over with.
Yeah,
Um,
yes.
I was thinking if we go and ask, so if we go and tell Vitris the two questions we were thinking of asking, she might have some more. And if we tell them about them at that point, they might be like, oh,
Yes,
that was
yes,
his
yes, yes,
brother.
yes. Yep. How many questions did we get, kid Charles? I keep forgetting. 5? 5.
I believe it's 5. It's 5.
Yes.
Isn't it? It's 5.
It is 5.
I love how you're like, it's 5, isn't it? Matt.
No,
It's
no,
5.
Like
Huh?
I had it in my head that it was 5 because
Matt is the
the
god of
colder
the,
on it at the
he's
moment.
the goat of the
They've got
rules. He
themselves
really is
a
the goat
little
of the rules.
stupid dead going on. Yeah, so you meet with Vitris. You find your way to the offices of Vitris. Past the tall helmeted guards that after some time and persuasion and this time without the aid of a dead elf in a bag, you make it into their offices.
You got other elves in the bag, don't worry.
Yeah.
That was the only elf. Oh, I've
You
actually
just flash them your wooden token now with your face on, John.
Have I taken dead elf
I'm
out?
actually going to level. I've managed to find a little leather like flip out things. It's like it's like the badge.
Like a cop badge.
Yeah, it's got my seal of the
Modern
thing
Sal.
of Modern Sal, and underneath it me.
Your likeness. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you actually like got your own ID now. Like, this is me. This is perfect. I love that. I love that so much. You've been doing
I'm
that.
Erwin, Sheriff Monsal.
Yes.
Don't
and
be-
you
I'll
find
print
Vitris.
that shit.
What's your badge number? 1.
1 0001.
The one and only.
Good morning, good fellows.
How are you doing?
You look much refreshed. You look so Jackson.
It's
You
so
don't
nice to
look
be
much
civilized.
refreshed.
So nice to be civilized.
It was nice. I went down to the like crafting area and I met some of your people. They were nice.
Ah,
You do smell like sulfur and death.
I've been making making metal and stuff ready to make a blade.
oh, excellent. Hopefully everything was to your liking and you found everything you needed.
Yeah. I found and like your Smith and Dame. We're gonna have a bit of a training and a sparring in a bit.
Quite the
And,
sportsman.
Hiletta's thinking about going and having a chat with the humans at Ed and Che.
Really?
We were talking and like she was saying that humans come in and they chop down the wrong trees, and I said, well, if they have to wait till the trees are old enough, they're probably dead. And then if you show them which ones are the good trees and tell them why it's good that they chop them down, they might do that, and then you might be able to trade and stuff. So they're going to go on a travel.
Insightful.
My dear, madame,
Yes.
do you know of a cartographer known as Pretend Durian Enterprise?
Yes.
Who is he?
One of the keepers of the maps.
Important position?
Important for those who wish to travel. Important for history also.
A man with some amount of influence and power?
Some, yes. He
Um,
has access to certain material and knowledge and certain access to, well, areas of the of Enthaven and of Gargamel, and commands quite a bit of a force within some of the with able to request stuff from via the Elven hierarchy.
I
Oh,
can also think of another use for a map person.
Yes.
You can hide things.
at that moment I will drop onto the table before us because it's breakfast. The wooden token badge. That is a copy of a metal disc that was found in his clothes by the halflings who cleaned them.
Yes, I know of this symbol. I've seen it. I've heard of it.
The Moor is a cult that worships the pink crystal, often associated with the enemy.
The old enemy. Yes. And you think he is involved somehow?
Might
If
be a
it,
pudding person.
or at least a very much a
The
worshipper.
thing you were talking about, the squeezing of the guards.
Yep.
Yes.
But I can certainly point you their way, where you might find their place of work. Then
I'd very much like to have a conversation with him, yes.
Did they have any contact with Helrun?
oh yes, I believe there were great great working relationship there. Sharing of information and knowledge, and you don't think that, well, if they were working in connection?
It is quite possible that your great hero was misled by a companion who he trusted. Let us not dwell too strongly on this for now. It is possible that we have found an ally, not an enemy. Someone who understands what we're going through. I don't want to cast lights. The Moor and its cult work in the shadows and influence powerful people. They work best when nobody knows what is going on. They like their secrets. They like to be secretive. It's their greatest strength.
It sounds
Like
terrifying.
every cult out there.
But this is more insidious in terms of, you say you have been to one end of this world,
I was born there.
and now you are near, not quite north, but you have traveled a great way, and you have found its taint everywhere.
It's been around for a long time. When the world was hit, when the world was fragmented, and that is when it turned up. It has been
Wow.
around It has been leeching its influence into our world since then. Only now has it become powerful enough to be noticed. I can't say that we were the first. We're not. We're just maybe the first to start fighting it. I hope that's not true. I really do. And I know full well there is a whole tribe of gnolls in the forest to the south of my own home city who are now allies to us in this.
Bugbears.
I said gnolls. It's true, they're bugbears. I said gnolls. Because I do remember we were
Interrelated, you know, distant cousins and all.
don't make me kick you in the nuts. Moving on.
That
A
was
whole
fun.
tribe of gnolls in a forest to the south of my hometown city who are on our side.
Jax would be like, what nose? I don't remember meeting nose.
What would you call them?
The bugbears.
Sorry, bugbears. You know, related to bugs.
And goblins. But gnolls aren't. You're not related to gnolls. I don't think so.
Anyway,
So you have gathered some allies.
few and far. The King of Mordenthau is our ally.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He's no
And maybe-
person.
And maybe the wizards in the tower in Kikanzax.
I'm 75% yes and 25% wary. I mean, wizards being wizards.
That's why I said maybe.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the high wizardy woman didn't even have a spare bob. And she
What?
missed a city the size of Jakarta.
Really?
No, the reason why we're up here, she teleported us here.
We were supposed to go to Jakarta. She sent us to
Pantaloon.
Hampton. I don't know why I could never remember that name. Yeah, she missed Jakarta by the distance between that and Tantaland. We could have been in the sea.
Actually, true. We could have really been. That would be really bad.
It's just
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
like a
Where you all
volcano
go
down
on your
there as well.
underwater adventure.
To be brutally honest, we were as far away from Jakarta. If she'd gone too far, we could have been in like Paspon. Paspon, you know.
you could have been very damp.
Well,
Could
there's
have
also
been igloo.
the volcano at Polzek.
Yeah, we could be very hot and very dead. Yeah.
You were teleported and you all burned to death. The end of the game.
Well, you know,
You
Rock's
lost
fault, everyone
D&D.
dies. Rock's fault, everyone dies. You know, when the GM's bored of you, when.
See, no, I got you to roll the teleport dice. I think I
Yes.
actually got Jax to roll the teleport
Yes, you did.
dice.
Yeah, because I didn't want the responsibility.
No,
Yeah.
nor did I. So, Matt.
So
Matt was
all of
right.
this, all of this moaning about Letiana, it's your dice rolls.
On her behalf.
Yeah, I suppose.
The wizard that can't hit a city. You know that's a. That's
Well,
the
you know they will explain to you. It can be very tricky for the teleportation ritual to go ahead. The spell to be cast. We are a little bit. We are.
Are your
Let me
bobs
say.
better?
Sorry,
Are your bobs better?
it won't be a bob.
Like,
Whatever these
Jackson,
bobs are.
later on, I really want to ask you, where did this Bob thing come from? But later.
I don't know his name, so we just called them Bob.
What do
They
you call
will-
goblins?
say to you,
I've never thought about it. I'll come back to you.
I'd be very disappointed it was not me.
they will say to you, shall we go
Of
down
course.
to the
Did you have any thoughts about things you wanted to ask? Because what we were suggesting is because we don't get very many questions.
Fine.
Charlie said we only have 5 questions. So we were going to say, what were they actually planning with their ritual on the crystal down in the roofs? What was the goal of whatever it is they were doing down there, their spell? And whose plan was that? Or did anyone help with that planning? Because you might then go, oh, I know that guy.
Hmm.
And then it might spawn some more questions.
so just I've
In
seen
fact,
the spell
Those
cast
two
before.
questions are the best. So ask those 2 questions first, and then we can, as long as you don't ask the spirit directly, we can talk. Just be careful not to form anything into a question.
Killian,
Yes, Killian.
I'm looking at you here.
Charlie, if we write it down rather than like say it, will that work?
Oh yes, of course.
Because then you can ask lots of questions. If he can't read or can't see the bit of the paper, he's not being asked the question, is he?
I think that will be fine. As long as it can't see the paper that we're writing upon.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna.
you wish to ask it, what
So,
were you planning?
what was the aim of the spell with the crystal? What was he trying to do?
Ritual. It was
The
a
ritual, yeah.
yeah.
What was the goal of the ritual he was doing on the crystal down in the basement?
Who helped?
And who planned the action or helped plan the action? That attack.
Or whose idea was the ritual? Who masterminded the ritual?
Maybe not the ritual, but the whole plan.
Who
That's why I
masterminded the
said-
plan?
That's why I had the
Who
plan.
masterminded the plan? Yes.
Well, I had action on the crystal because like that was the whole assault, kill the dragon.
Yeah.
I kind of see that as all one thing.
Yes. A third question is, why did they kill the dragon? They didn't need to.
Well, I guess the dragon may try to stop them, and if you're in the middle of a ritual,
If you're, well, that's the point. They hadn't started the ritual, do they?
yeah, no, but would you rather get rid of all the things that were going to be a pain while you
Yeah,
do
okay.
it?
That's not. You're not unfair. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yep. You're not wrong.
But is it you've already explained to Vitrus that you brought this dragon back, I'm sure, haven't you?
Yes, you have. Yes, we have.
At this point that you
Typically,
managed to
'cause,
drag it from the ethereal plane.
We resurrected the dragon. That's all we said. I think.
Yeah. So why kill the dragon? Are we going to ask that question?
Well,
Only
I
if
think I'll
necessary.
first do and see what the answers were.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are the 2 most important questions to ask. Everything else comes off of that, and we will write down our.
We could get. Have you got a big like chalkboard or something?
We have a writing slate, yes.
Because we can write questions and change them and things for the next ones.
Very well. I shall bring one. And she takes one from a piece of a slate from the desk and a piece of chalk.
And I figure if we blindfold him, then he can't read it even if he can see the board.
It's a ghost. How can you blindfold a ghost? Which is possible.
His body.
It's not the body that talks.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yes, he is. Because we had that one with no tongue. Like, I was like, well, that was useful.
But yeah, we can do
Informative.
that and
That was horrifying. Yeah, I remember that.
the body.
Yeah.
We only need him to be able to talk.
Wow. I'm glad we asked this question. That's horrifying.
Jack's his other plan would, probably count as desecration, just like
Yeah. Yeah, if you my dear Madame,
Yes.
considering he is of import to your people, and understandably so. May we honor you with as a questioner?
Thank you. I should like that. To have one last conversation with Vitrus would be somewhat of a closure for myself.
Howard. You're
Sorry?
Richard.
No, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Whatever his name is.
Elrond.
Yeah, that guy.
The dead one.
The dead one, Harold.
The corpse, yeah.
For me,
this, is,
and
this is where
says
this,
Vitrus to have
you're a
conversation.
very singular person, as she sits and has a conversation with herself. Oh.
Singular is a
I can't
proper-
speak with dead on myself, and I'm a reborn.
I can't speak with dead and realize I'm a corpse.
I just start chatting randomly. I answer my own
I
question.
can't stop myself talking.
I'm possessed.
Help me, I am possessed.
Another voice comes out. Oh, that's a really... Oh, that's got to be woven in somewhere. That's awful. And I like it.
Okay, let's stop giving the GM ideas. Moving on.
Yes, you are led down towards the chapel. It's quite a wondrous place. It's very tall inside, and there's a kind of jingling music as you go inside. And it's very peaceful, and they've laid out flowers. And Killian, do you like flowers?
Edible ones.
Always when thinking with your stomach.
Yes.
You come along to a kind of grand archway, and there are the like a cathedral-esque kind of doorway, all made of this wood, beautiful, hinged and stuff like that. And the doors are closed to the chapel, and outside stand two guards.
Oh, you too. Okay.
Stand there to full attention, and they incline their head to Vitrus. What is happening? We are here to guard the chambers beyond. The door should be open so that the folk can pay their respects.
I loosen my I loosen up my wrists and perhaps I cross my arms and summon two daggers. Hidden
Jack
daggers.
Should be heading to the handles of the doors.
Yes, well, we've been asked so that Preteen Enshapar can pay his respects in private.
I'm gonna trigger giant thingy and get big and push the doors open.
You swole, smash through these two guards.
I swole.
You swole and you push through the doors into this chamber beyond. And you don't hear any of the bells that Charles was talking about. You just hear echoing of your feet moving through the space. Is everybody following behind?
I am.
Charles and Vitrus also follow on.
Does Vitrus have any like bodyguards with her?
She would have two with her, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
All times they seem to accompany.
They would ask then if Vitrus, I would actually write a note to her and make sure that the guards are well known to her.
Yes, yeah, no, you already sent that message, I think, right before you left.
I did, yeah. I want to make it doubly sure.
Abundantly clear that these are the closest are close. Yes, you move into this space beyond, and you hear Charles say it first. It's gone. The body's gone. And you look up, and he looks up and says, the ringers, the bell ringers. And he begins to like run up a set of winding stairs, and tries to travel up to.
Oh, he doesn't. Can I ask before he runs off?
Yeah, he starts.
What's
to
he
try to run
looking
away.
up at?
So as you look up at this thing, you can see balconies above, and you
Mhm.
can see that there are bells suspended on
Yep.
kind of silken thread that run out or different pitches, and you can't see anybody. You can't see anybody leaning out.
Yep.
How
It just goes.
How high up?
Uh,
Yep.
It goes
A
hundred.
platform on which he the bell ringers would be on.
Sorry. Say that. Say that's like. Say that's like a two-story house up as the first kind of balcony. So 30. I'm really
20 meters. How many feet?
So it's that. So that's gonna be 60 foot.
yeah, about
Oh, cool.
60 feet.
I will yell to Jackson, "Throw me
Where?
up!"
Okay. I will scoop an urban, and I could probably get a fair amount of
Yeah.
but
And with my daggers of teleportation, I will try and get up there before Charles Irwin endangers himself.
Oh yeah, so you got pelted up. You throw a dagger across to one of the balconies near where you can sort of see
Choop.
an alcove for a bell ringer to be, and you blamf into the
Yeah.
space.
A bamf there. Bamf.
Yeah, you bamf into the space, and you find you nearly land on top of an elf that's laying in this space.
Cool. Is he alive or dead? Obviously, like bleeding out or dead sort of thing. Or
No,
just
you crouch down, they are fast asleep.
okay. Fair enough. I will stand here then and basically draw daggers and make sure nothing else is going to wait for Charles to turn up. Can we call it soon?
Yeah. You go down, you put your hand to their neck. Oh, and the most disturbing thing that you realize about this is you realize that this is an elf
that's asleep.
that's asleep.
Yeah, you're misunderstanding my ability to understand elves. I don't understand elves.
Oh, yeah,
This
you
elf
haven't
is
had
asleep.
much experience, yeah.
No, literally no.
You met,
Elves don't really
Ariel.
hang around in modern cell that often.
No,
yeah,
they
but you
don't.
did spend some time with Serial.
True, but Sariel was a weird one.
Yeah,
She was amazing, but I actually never like hung around enough to see her sleep cycles.
maybe not. You maybe just saw these meditation parts.
Yeah, no, never
Yeah,
saw
so
that.
you go out, you find an elf who's asleep. Charles comes up and exclaims that they're asleep.
Yeah, probably a spell or potion or poison.
They shouldn't be.
Spell, potion, poison.
Most elves
Magic.
it must be
Pink
forced.
crystal.
Yeah. And then you look
I look
closer.
around them. Yeah.
You look closer, and it's not a peaceful sleep. It's fitful, and there is a slight foaming at the side of the mouth, similar to experience that.
Yeah, we've all
seen
been
our
there.
Dragonborn
We've all been
engage.
there now.
And as you look, you put your head over and look down into the central cathedral. You see this empty impression on a bed of flowers, and there is no body there anymore. The body of the one
More
that you might
importantly,
have got some questions from answered. Haron Enshapar is missing.
I
We
knew I
have a
should have
name.
kept him on me.
pretend Darian and Chipper, the cutter.
And we know that Pritin Enshapar has asked for a private mourning for this individual. And that
I will yell down. Like, the guards outside. Make sure they don't leave. We have questions.
I was going to start looking for
and
extras.
you just see Vitrus just click. Just get them. And the two guys that are with her
go outside and draw them in, not under restraint, but kind of
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
And they will then bar the doors to this great wooden cathedral and shut you in there, ready for the next stage of your adventure.
Woohoo.
Will it sound okay?
Yes,
Cool.
brilliant.
Right, we'll end it there. So yeah, cool.